Take it away. Here we go onto the plane path, and we will see where these guys will sit. This game number 4 is underway.
It's a disappointing plane. It's pretty even for everybody, you know. I think everyone at this point knows where my stance is on planes and circles.
You know, and as well, too, we've seen so many these Western Miramar circles off to the start, so even just a little bit of a touch on this Western side can make me a little nervous, but, oh, did I jinxed it? Maybe we'll see. As we wait for the last players to get out, plane is down. We should have it popped in just a second, and...
Oh, baby!
Oh, man.
Love those Westy circles.
You know what, okay. And I mean, as we kind of take an overhead view as well, watching this rotation in. Meanwhile, back over into town, 303 finally up at attack 8, actually made a push into Monty, and it did not end well for them. That's 2 points picked up for 303, but they've still got Soniqs knocking at their doors, coming in the backside here of J-Sank and Chubba, who've kind of pushed 303 out, but right now 303 in a good position to do some damage here onto Elusive, who drive right next to Honey Badger. Somehow JLD does not get knocked from that initially. Down to 1 HP. Has not been knocked just yet, but Innate is going to fall. Honey Badger picking up at least 1. Somehow JLD is still alive through all of this, but immediately now, if you're 303, trying to get another angle onto this because you've just pushed Elusive into hard. Hard shifts and oh no, stock goes down. JLD still at 1 HP. There he goes. Finally been found at a distance from Radiance. And you've just got 1 left, but it didn't matter. Fizzle found there by Maluk, and Elusive going out in 15th place. Monty is not safe for anybody. Look how many cars are here. This is
out of the frying
so
pan into the fire, huh? I mean, they literally went from one bad situation straight into another. I'm curious if Innate actually got out early because was his car damaged? Did they take the tires out? I'm not sure. But look at this Exodus. Just straight through the middle with not a care in the world. Right into Soniqs.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he's airborne.
I thought for a second might have gotten a run over there, but all of Exodus is just going to get flushed out there. Microfied, Taylor J, Drassel, Pat Caps out in an instance. Wildcard's actually going to help this out from across the street as H-Win was knocked but should get rezzed here. But I mean,
that was wild, Clover. I'm sorry. I can't. That was out of control. We saw an airborne Murado. I will say, out of all of that, though, only Hwin getting knocked for a 4 for nothing is really big on Soniqs, and that's going to be a nice pickup for them. 2 points easily. As you said, hard shifts are waiting for this. Yeah, hard shifts are basically licking their lips, just waiting to pick up the scraps of what's left. But 303, they've had 3 up for a while now, and they have been fighting and doing a phenomenal job of holding out other teams, shooting vehicles off, and really just picking apart Fabled here. This is the 303 that you wanted to see, Clover. You know what? This is the 303 that I wanted to see. You gotta be happy. But it's heartbreaking as well, right? Because Fabled has finally looked so good, but this is a map where Fabled doesn't always perform at their best. We've seen them get good placement points on it, but not necessarily out for kills, as Hella's actually going to do a decent amount of damage there to Dvoxic, but he's going to get the knock instead, and very quickly... Oh, Supernova goes down as well. It is just up to Gregshot, who's immediately working on those reses. Blue, though, is working its way in, and 303, who's been watching this, starting to clear up. We see D-Rich get that finish there onto Supernova. Voxic and Landoon, again, trying to get more information on these 2 Fabled players still up. It is Hella and Gregshot, and ooh, Greg is going to get a knock onto D-Rich, immediately peeking, looking for Landoon, but he's already moved on. We're going to get a flashbang out, but a nade in return. That nade actually falls short. It is not going to do any damage there to Gregshot and Hella, but that molly as well, pushing them into one small spot here. 303 is honed in on this. They want to clear out Fable before pushing into the zone. 48 seconds until that blue moves, and again, Hardshift still on the back side of this, so Gregshot going for the angle. Gets a bit of damage onto Landoon. Can't quite find the knock. Hella gets found as well. It's just one still up. Landoon... Oh. They had complete control of this fight, and then they just let it slip away. But here comes Hardships now. Loeb's taking a shot at Gregshot, and 303 with such a beautiful hold, it falls apart. But wait a second. Illusion now onto Comets. Shots coming out. Top Dog can't get the knock. No, he doesn't. Ooh. Victor with the trade.
Comets have been working a number on Oath from this angle, but Illusion working their way in. Caught now up in the high ground. Now here comes D-Treats. Freemy Please is very low in the blue. It's going to be an easy knock, and just like that, Illusion is eliminated, but Comets down to 1 player as well as we go back into Monty. Really quick, Fabled still up 2 players. Landoon is in the area. They're not done with 303 yet, but again, Hardships, they've been watching this. So wait for that circle again. It's still holding on to Monty, and that's at least going to be a bit of relief for these teams to the north. But now you've got everybody off to the east that's going to have to work their way in.
This is rough for any team coming in on the east right now. Wolf, though, with a, what is this?
Oh, I'm not sure if he realizes Liberate's here. They've been really quiet.
Well, he's about to find out because Snakers and Balefrost are just getting absolutely peppered. Wolf here, he has to be careful walking up on Liberate. He is going to spot them. And he's going to back off. This is smart. Trigger discipline is huge here.
There you go. Wolf actually is watching right now, Guab and at it, but might not be aware of the fact that you've got one more player next to him. That's Ice Tech. Ice Tech is going to take full advantage of that, find that knock, immediately pick up the flush, but that means only Balefrost is left, and all eyes on him as we can continue to see shots coming in from STK and Wildcard at afar, but the blue zone is closing in. This is phase 5, and it is going to do a lot of damage here as Balefrost hangs back, waiting for those smokes to pop up, but he's got no choice to walk directly into the eyes of Liberators. We can see Ice Tech waiting for him.
Yeah, as an Oath fan, I'm pretty sure this is the end of them this game. There's really nothing Bale can do here. Between Liberate, as you said, Wildcard, like even Soniqs maybe have an angle, he's just going to go down. ATC, though, managed, after getting quite, I will say, peppered and quite pressured, they managed to at least get 2 people off of that edge into that shack, which is really big for them.
You know, Liberate as well, kind of walking their backsides into all of this. They've got a bit of artificial hardcover in the form of these vehicles. It's going to protect them just a bit, but again, not taking their eyes off the edge of zone, waiting to see Balefrost in the kill feed. They know that at least one more player of Oath is still up and taking some pop shots at the ridgeline, hoping to catch them on a peak. They want to pick up that point and not let it go to the zone, but it doesn't matter. Balefrost dying right there, and immediately we can see Liberate take their eyes off the east and now need to focus on getting into the zone further. STK, meanwhile, now has to come off their high ground and look for their next spot into safety as we can see them get a bit close to the teams in Monty, all 3 of whom need to vacate their premise as well. And they're going to choose this dip. This is not the first time we've seen a zone go this year.
No, it's not. And I will say kudos to STK. I mean, they've been on this hill for quite a while, so they've pretty much surveyed the circle. They've been monitoring what's going on, so it doesn't surprise me that in that vast open, they were able to find somewhere to play. Meanwhile, this is not resolved yet. 303 and Fabled. Landoon hasn't moved a muscle. As you said, patience is his virtue, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of heard as well the casters touch on this a bit in that first game. Fabled sometimes has a tendency to let their foot off the accelerator, play a little bit careful, and that might have cost them here as they're going to be leaving the zone late and right into Hardships. But it is this little story right here with Alo getting knocked out by Wildcard on that rotation. Oh, here we go. Hella across the street looking for Hardships. A couple of free-fire shots, but aren't going to land anything. Hella is found out, but immediately is eliminated. Lobes and J-Sank both picking up those kills as Hardships work their way in. Landoon falling in as well. So Hardships winning out the south, but now they're going to be a little bit late coming into this. Smokes are out, but they're pushing SDK. They've got nowhere else to go.
Nope, this is pretty much the only push they can make, and it's the only push they're going to have to make as they're doing it. Smokes coming out. Really like the utility here coming out from Hardships. 5 kills as well. This has definitely been a good day for them, and I'd like to see it continue, but right now they have the challenge of SDK right in front of them.
And we can see as well STK preparing for this as here comes the throwables, nades and mollies. STK and throwables, is there a better duo? And ooh, Luke is actually going to get one. Shubba goes down, but immediately Wildcard trying to capitalize this as Maluk is going to get knocked down by Jazza and Pentalol. And already Hardships kind of lost to 2 players. Lobes and J-Sank a bit damaged as well. Lobes is actually going to get taken a lot on that molly. It's really just up to J-Sank here. Oh, 1 HP, somehow not falling to that molly. SDK has to be careful.
He's still alive. He's going to survive. But, I mean, what is the next play they have? I'm sure they're out of throwables. They basically have to go in and do a 2v4 gunfight duel with SDK, and I just don't know if it's going to end well for them. They can hang out on the edge for now, but that shift is definitely going to favor Radiance and Soniqs, ATC as well. Actually, Radiance has been very quiet this game, but their position is easily one of the best currently.
I mean, you've got 4 teams that have been super active for this match so far. Now no longer in the circle. Wildcard immediately starting to extend out of that compound as Jazza and Keenan try to get another angle onto this. All of these teams are not in the zone, and they've got 20 seconds until the blue starts to move. So the quicker that they can pull this off, the better, as immediately Hardshift start to lose players left and right. Wildcard's actually doing a lot here. Shoot to Kill trying to pick this up, but there we go. Hardshift is eliminated. Luke 12 down to 13 HP, and immediately are being taken on, by Wildcard, who are also getting shot at by Soniqs.
Oh, wait a second, the spray! 2 down, that's huge. Wildcard is going to fall.
Taking out Keenan and Jazz's. Uncivil got that knock as well, but immediately Sharp Shot taken down as well. SDK cleaning up left and right. It's just up to Pentalol, who's still inside the compound here, but he's not in the zone, and it looks like Liberate actually had sight on this. Ice Tech is going to get that kill, and there goes Wildcard out in 6th place. We've got just 5 teams left alive, but Shoot to Kill are not in the zone. They need to leave the safety of this ditch, cross the street, and into the line of sight of all these squads, but right now their focus is a bit elsewhere as Soniqs trying to take out Liberate, so now might be the time to cross for Shoot to Kill.
The thing that impresses me most, what a shot from Little Wall. Didi, let's go. And sorry, the thing that's most impressive about Soniqs is the position that they took was one that they took very early, and that's not an easy position to hold. So between the vehicles that not only they brought themselves, the ones that were gifted to them by Exodus coming in with the Flying Murado, they've actually done a lot of work from that position, which is fairly open. So I really have to give my hat off to them.
Ooh, and Uncivil, while taking out Ice Tech there, will pick up a point, but falls to the zone himself as they're going to be eliminated into 5th place. Liberate, meanwhile, down to just Adit as Guab has been knocked. There might not be a chance for Rez here as the pressure is on now. Soniqs making a move here. Throwables are out, but it's actually going to be Radiance that's starting to lend a hand. As you said, they've got the circle. They've pushed into the center, and all other teams forced up to the north as we look for that next circle change. And it's only Radiance and Soniqs into this. Shrimsy and Mime have a nice position, but Battylul is got sight on this.
I absolutely love how active Soniqs got as soon as they realized they could start moving, which is something we actually didn't see so much from Radiance. We're starting to see a little bit now, but Soniqs was immediately on the gas as soon as they had a little bit of room to move out. And that's honestly, I think, what is so impressive with this team. And that's why they continue success. As I look at Profi licking his lips, look at that. 2 crates literally next to each other. That's going to be huge too. Coming in the final circle, you're talking about level 3 armor, level 3 helmet for potentially 2 members of Soniqs. That's big.
And, I mean, as well, you've got 4 up for Soniqs, 4 up for Radiance, Liberate just 1 out, and that is Adit, who is just pinched behind here. Soniqs know where he is. McCoy, Waldo, they know where he is. There's no way for him to really move into the zone without getting spotted here. So Soniqs just trying to hold that position and hold the cover as they wait for that next circle, which is going to take them to the very center here. So, I mean, that opening knock between either Radiance or Soniqs could change the whole demeanor of this. But again, waiting for Adit, who's actually going to find H-Win, gets that knock there, has not found the flush just yet, but we can see Profi, he's got a damaged vest. I mean, so again, those crates, while offered a good stuff, still haven't fully stacked Soniqs out of us, but Molotov's thrown out to Adit. I can't see how Liberate's going to get out of this. There we go. It's Shrimsy actually picking it up.
Yeah, they're going to fall. There's no way to get out of this. And now it really is just a 4-on-4. I don't know if Batty should have shown himself that early, because I do believe Soniqs is onto his position, and he could have potentially had a really dangerous off angle. But, I mean, it looks like it is what it is. Both teams know exactly where the other members are. Los potentially could get a little bit of a weird angle, but Profi coming in with the Groza, this gun is devastating up close.
And Profi as well in the best spot for the center of the zone. This is going to be, the end. This is phase 9. And so Soniqs with 6 kills up on board so far. But, you kind of talked about this angle that Batty has. It looks like right now Profi's kind of taken his head off of that. And, is going to get a knock onto Los HD. But Batty's slowly working his way in, trying to use this to their advantage. But now you've kind of looked at Radiance, who's stepped their foot off the gas. What do you do here?
I'm pretty sure Batty could have had a clean angle where there was no line of sight on his left, but now that Blue's closing, I think he lost that opportunity. Shrimsy obviously now, he's aware of this, and Batty now has to use these smokes with the utility coming out. Batty's going to have to get a huge knock here or do something, otherwise I think Radiance is going to be finished here.
Batty with another throwable out towards Soniqs. Mine walking up close, but I don't think it was anything to cause damage. Just Batty continuing to put the pressure here, and it looks like more line of fire of Shrinzy is actually going down low. It's Los and McCoy are taking shots here. We've still got 4 players up for Radiance who are now working their way to the center of the zone, trying to bully Soniqs back out to the edge as we see Profi, Mime, and Shrinzy just up against the blue. But Profi knocking and taking out Los. Batty is down. McCoy is down. There's only 1 player still up for Radiance. It's Waldo. And now he's back behind this rock that we've seen so many players stuck out behind. But Waldo trying to pick up one. Can he find it? Can't commit to any of this damage. All players are still up there for Soniqs. Oh, he gets down Mime. Can he get one more? No, he doesn't. Shrimsy picking it up. Headshot on the end. 10 kills for Soniqs as they take first place here on our first match of Miramar of the evening, game number 4.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind, no die from last shot. I pray my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud 9 and this 9 is never on vacation. Start up that Maserati.